Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music.
Yeah, let it out, Bubba.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah. Omit that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still recovering
Yes. he
from the
is.
bronchial assault of
Lord
air.
mercy.
All right. Sorry. Excuse me. I coughed again.
Yes. You did.
We're going to get right to it.
Okay.
We're on a timeline because we have steak cooking down the street at the steakhouse and we got to go pick up the steak. So, first question, Daniel Crane. 2 questions. Can you use a tube screamer pedal through a non-tube amp? Yes, you can. It's just an overdrive pedal. That's all it is. And can you use a head through a combo amp? Sometimes. Because a lot of combo amps, I don't have one here.
Nope.
You can, it has a speaker going from the speaker of the combo to the power section of the combo. You can unplug that speaker wire and then you're using the combo as a cab basically and bypassing the power section of the combo. That's the only way you can really do that. I said bisect. Bypass the power section of the combo and you're just plugging straight into the speaker. That's about the only way you can do that. So
Sweet.
thanks for the questions, Daniel. Blackjack, Ryan, have you lost weight? No. Not even a little bit. Actually, I've been gaining. Actually, I've gained a lot, like in the last few days.
Yeah, he got a steroid shot Monday, I think. And with all the sickness, with sickness you gain water weight a lot of times to compensate for healing. So he has
I've gained a lot of water weight with my bronchitis.
Yes, he has. It's the truth.
So, no, I have not. I mean, thank you for asking. That's super sweet. But, no, I did lose a lot of weight about 2 years ago. I lost about 43 pounds. I lost it, and somehow I found it again. Like in the last 2 years, I found
Somehow, I don't know why.
So I found all that I lost, but then Angela's lost all that I found. So
Yeah.
So we just flip flop. I lose.
No, there's no flipping and flopping.
No, there's no flipping right
with
now.
Lala. I'm sorry.
She's lost and she's kept it off. And
yeah.
I am restarting. I had to
Lost
reboot.
about 42 pounds and.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thanks.
I like you.
It's hard to tell with this camera because the girls are.
It's the shawl.
And I don't wear very clean clothes. Of course I'm in ripped jeans and I look like a grandma from here up, but
yeah. I haven't. I'm working on it. I have to do sort of a reboot. I have a thyroid condition.
Yes,
I know everybody who's overweight says that, but I actually do have a thyroid issue that I have to take medicine for.
Sneeze.
And I have not been taking care of it for quite a while, and that's probably why I gained all the way back.
Yes,
I'm starting over. But thank you. I carry it well, though.
Yes, he does.
I stand the right
honestly
way.
Does, and it's so funny because we joke. I have always been a thin person. Well, most of my childhood and part of my adulthood, I've been very thin until after I started having kids, like most women. And Brian has actually maintained his high school weight.
Yeah, I was a big fella when I was a senior in high school.
And then after in the beginning of college, he dropped drastically down to a normal weight for someone his height. But yeah, it's funny how everybody's he's just.
She was always skinny growing up, and I was always chubby growing up, and then as adults we
switched a couple
flipped
times.
a little bit. Although I've never been.
We've been like
super
Oprah with
small.
our weight. It's just been back and forth, But now it's healthy, working out, eating right, and
focused on nutrition right now. So.
yes. So.
But
we'll see.
But I'm planning on it. So thanks for the question. These next couple of questions are very wordy because there was a lot of commentary in with the question, and so we're going to jump to the questions probably.
Yes.
We did read all the comments, so thank you, but we're going to jump to it.
Thank you so much.
Ryan Workman, so talking about singing tips. He says, I listen to so many different styles of music. Tried to simulate those different styles, but anytime I try to figure out my own tonal sound or my own voice, it's always been a struggle. Is there any tips to give on finding or knowing a better way what your own voice can be? It's like finding his own voice.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he says he's talking about heated vocals, like grungy type stuff. I really want to work on getting that sound a bit in my own singing. I was just wondering if you have any help with that, because every time I try to do it, I typically end up with a sore throat.
Yes.
So I know I'm doing it wrong. Any tips for that? So tips on finding your own voice, and then singing with some heated vocals, like rock style, I guess.
Okay. Well, I don't have a lot of experience with rock sounding voices. All I know is what, if I want to get more of like a grittier, earthier sound to my voice, whether it's like with a bluesy, sound to my voice, I usually tend to come at the top of my lungs, the top of my chest. I use that more as support and with my diaphragm, so it has more like a lower, like a from my chest than it is from actually my using my throat to it's different than going
That's how I feel.
down here than it is coming from right here. Right here is where you're going to get swelling and aggravation, and can really hurt and get nodes and destroy your voice. So focusing more of your chest and right here at the base of your throat down here than it is up here. And there are lots of exercises like in drinking different teas that'll soothe your voice and keeping hydrated and not talking afterwards and not talking before. So whenever you get to that, and lots of water. Hydrate, because water is your friend. Your body's made of mostly water, so it uses that water to heal itself. So but I would work on singing from the chest, using that as a support. I always tell my vocal students, your lungs are like an air mattress, and the sound and the tone that you want needs to rest and be supported by that air mattress. And a lot of times when we don't get that support, it's like sleeping on a air mattress with a hole in it. It kind of just like, and we don't get that support. We won't have the relaxation that we need with our voices. So getting enough air in your lungs to have that sound.
You want to work off a full tank and not an empty tank.
You want to fill up those lungs so that you're working on that like a good firm air mattress to support your voice. So try not to have a little bit of air coming through, because you're just going to tax your throat. The more air, the better. And when it comes to your own natural voice, really just practicing certain songs and listening to yourself sing them afterwards, and pick up on the tonal differences between your voice and whoever's voice that you tend to emulate. A lot of times our voices do sound similar, so with other singers, only because of our backgrounds and genetics. So don't completely try to change your voice to not match somebody just because it might just be comfortable for you to sound kind of similar to them. So just practice singing any song that you feel comfortable and know very well, and just sing it with your full of who you are, like what automatically clicks and what feels comfortable, and just go with that.
It's a tough thing to find your own voice.
It really is, because there's so many.
What the crap? That must be my phone.
Yeah. You probably have an Amber Alert.
Somewhere 8 hours away in Texas is the Amber Alert.
Yes. Pray that they get found in the name of Jesus. But yeah, finding your own voice is always hard, because there's always somebody, some kind of influence that is always dictating how you want to sound. So a lot of times just go kind of with your own talking voice. Say things like that don't require songs that don't require like you don't want to sing like for me you don't want to sing like a Tina Turner song, you know, like Private Dancer, you know, because I want to sing like Tina sings it. You know, I want to go dance, dance, you know, I want to start singing. I'm like, I can't do that. So I try to sing something that's just very basic, like everybody knows, like, you know, like a children's song.
Happy birthday.
Like Happy Birthday or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, your ABCs, and just start speaking it, and then start singing it. A, B, C, D, and then whatever comes out is usually that's where your voice is, and then you can build on it with vibrato and little tones and runs and things that you are get grittier or whatever it is, and that because that's basically like your real voice. Whatever you sing those basic songs with, that's who you are.
That's a good tip, because if you want to sing a Metallica song, you're going to automatically want to sing like James. And if it's a
like
certain
Kiss or
we're just programmed.
Queen
You've heard it that way, so you're going to subconsciously try to emulate it. But if you do something like the ABC song or Happy Birthday, it's like you're not.
Or unless you're like a freak like me, where I think of the song from Sesame Street from Monster Piece Theater. Like I go like weird when it.
I don't know that one.
It like Cookie Monster, but it's like A B C C D C D F G H I J K, and I just
You go to Sesame Street Land.
Yeah. So, but it just get a basic song, sing it, and then build from that. Use different techniques to build from that. There you go.
There you go. Hope that was helpful.
Yes.
That was right. All right. Sylvesterado.
Yes.
Hey, Ryan and Angela. Love the long videos. Thanks. Well, awesome. Because I always freak out about super long videos.
Yes, he does.
I remember a while back Angela talked about liking the cello, so I was wondering if she'd ever seen any of the videos on YouTube by the two guys who play some rocking versions, hard rock, and some metal songs like AC/DC, Metallica. I think their channel is called Two Cellos. If not, check them out. Very cool. Been meaning to ask for a while. Thanks again. Cheers.
Yes, I have. And
yes.
My favorite one is their Thunderstruck.
Go.
It is the coolest, and it's almost, it's all set in like the 1600s and the powdered wigs and everything, and I just love it. It's really great because they're just going crazy and the people are just freaking out and it's really cool. So yes, I have, and I really, really love it. Yes, definitely. Thanks. Yeah.
That one particularly was really cool.
It really is. It's one of their best.
Is it the same question? Same guy? It says it is.
Yes.
I think this is Ryan Workman again. I don't know. I may have copied the question wrong. I always enjoy your videos, but never could think of anything for the next. Finally have one from this time. I go on your website and I notice there's usually only a few guitars on the site for sale, but I notice in your videos that you have quite a few on the walls.
Yes, he said also up here.
Oh, okay. Two separate questions. All right. I was just wondering if there was a reason for this. Yeah, and mostly it's because there's some things with my website I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
And the guy who built it for me has not been very good at responding. I have questions about things I want to change, and he's just a busy guy. He's a nice guy,
Right.
I'm not gonna say anything other than he's a really nice guy, and he's, I thought did a good job building it, but he's hard to get a hold of, and there's some things I need to change on the shop side of it with taxes, because if I sell a guitar in Texas, there's sales tax. If I sell a guitar outside of Texas, unless I'm going to ship it to Nebraska, then there is no sales tax. And then there's some things about how to set that stuff up that's not quite right. And there's also some things I want to change with it, and I'm having trouble getting a hold of him to make some changes. But a lot of it, too, is sometimes our inventory just goes, like I'll get stuff in, and then I'll sell it before I have a chance to put it up on the website. And, and we do a lot of, Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and we'll put pictures up. And I used to do a good job of doing demo videos of, hey, check out, I got this guitar. blah, 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 blah. It's this much, give me a call. And so we do a lot of our business, honestly, over like emails and phone calls. And I like that because there's a personal interaction with our customers. Whereas if someone just clicks a button on the website and I just get a notification, hey, this is sold, go,
Right.
And then so part of it's mechanical with the site. We're not fully happy with how our site is set up right now. And part
we're
of
working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. That's one of 2017's big deals is try to revamp the site. I'm in the middle of working on that right now. And the other thing is, I like the more organic sales stuff and people come in the store and sometimes I just don't have time. The stuff comes in and
Honestly.
I unbox it and I put it on the wall and then I get busy teaching for the rest of the day. Then I'm like, I gotta go take photos of everything and then upload it to the website and write descriptions and stuff. And it can be a little bit time demanding for me. And then sometimes I've had guitars, we've had a lot of Schecter guitars come in and sell the same day or the next day. Where it's like I didn't even have time to put it on the site anyways. So
Right.
that's a couple of reasons there, but thanks for asking. I'm sure you're not the only one who's had that question. We get that question, hey, I know you carry this, but I don't see it on your site. Oh, yeah, I got some. Which one do you want? Kind of thing. So the other question was also, have you seen the new lineup for Chapman? What do you think of the changes? And are there any that highly appeal to you? Any other brands that have gear coming out that piques your interest? Yeah, I saw the Namm coverage of the Chapman stuff and the new lines, and I'm just waiting to see, the details, pricing and that kind of stuff. So I think it's an interesting move for them to go add a Indonesian line and then to the Korean line. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens with that stuff. So, but we're kind of waiting for details. Any other brands coming out? Well, the most exciting thing for me at Namm, really, that really piqued my interest was, of course, the Acacia guys. I know Lewis, the Tone King, and Robert Baker have some customs they had built. And it's actually official. It came out today. Robert Baker is a good friend of ours and an awesome supporter, is officially an Acacia Guitars artist.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool.
And I've been having several conversations the last few days with those guys about their guitars and getting them in at RNA Music and becoming an Acacia dealer, and we're just chatting about logistics and stuff. So I like what they're doing. That was probably the most exciting thing. Had I gone to Namm, that's what I would have really been looking at. And then of course EMG has their new retroactives coming out, which I'm really excited about. And we love EMG. They've been awesome to us. And I'm trying to think if anything else off the top of my head. Other than, of course, we've added Heritage guitars to our store. So we are Heritage guitar dealers, and we'll have, probably in another month or so, we'll have our first Heritage come in. They have to build those suckers. They don't have a huge warehouse. I mean, they are being built right now. The ones coming to RNA Music are being built as we speak. And so we're pretty excited about what's coming with Heritage, and we're talking with Acacia, so.
Yes.
And then EMG, of course, but that's mostly at the moment. Of course, I'm not thinking straight because I'm also not been feeling good.
Right.
And I'm on antibiotics.
Yes.
Antibiotics scramble my
Bless
brain.
your heart.
And last question, Corman Shearmeyer. Thanks for answering my question. My last name is pronounced like the shear, like head shears. Shearmeyer.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Any thoughts on pedal guitar tuners? Yes, I like them. I have a Boss TU2 on my pedal board right now. I also have a Peterson Strobo Stomp, which is a swanky Strobo Stomp pedal. Strobo Cop.
Yes.
On my secondary pedal board that my students play in lessons, and they're great. Of course, the TC Electronic stuff is really cool. We've sold a few of their tuner pedals. I haven't bought one for myself because my Boss is still going strong, but I really like them a lot. Most of them have the option for silent tuning, so when you step on it, it bypasses the signal, which is great when you're switching cables or things like that. So I like them a lot. I've been using them for a long time. But I also use the little clip-on tuners, and those have been, real handy too. So I like the little D'Addario clip-ons, but I also love the pedals too. So
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions.
I hope so.
I think it is. If we missed yours, I'm so sorry. Ask it again. We'll take care of it next week. If you have questions for next week, so leave us a question below. Thank you for all the kind comments.
Yes.
And hopefully, sorry, I won't interrupt all the answers with coughing
It's okay.
next week.
We love you. I just slapped you in the face.
That's okay. I barely felt it.
Yes.
I barely felt it. So
Yes.
we have to go pick up dinner now. And we will see you guys soon. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Vitamin C. Bye.